Representing Canada's financial capital, the fourth largest city in North America, and the most amazing city in the world. This is Toronto Business Journal.
Hello everyone, this is Santhosh Chris, the host of the Etiquette show and the Toronto Business Journal. Slingshot is an advertising film production house founded by Bharadwaj, the director, Naresh Nil, the producer, offering production services in India with their command base in Chennai. At heart, they are a creative bunch with the vision to make the extraordinary come alive. Having done many projects together since the good old college days, their core strength lies in understanding each other's work and sharing a common wavelength of ideas. Their passion to deliver the best is manifested in their work, and their ideas derive their source from the mix of combined experience of more than 20 years in their respective fields and almost 11 years of work together. Making happy clients creatively, straight from the heart. They have also worked with some of the biggest movie stars like Kamal Haasan and the legendary MS Dhoni, captain of Indian cricket team, and the Chennai Super Kings. They have worked with also some of the biggest brands like Dabur, Nippon Paint, Big Boss, Super Singer, and much more. So, without further ado, here's the interview with Bharadwaj, the director and co-founder of Slingshot. Thank you so much, Bharadwaj, for joining us on the show today. And, we're very excited to learn more about the whole ad agency, like ad films that you make, your whole experiences and everything like that.
Hey, Santhosh. How are you, man? Thank you for calling me for this interview. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So, tell us more about yourself to the viewers and any secrets you may have behind the scenes and all those famous ads that you do on TV.
Yeah, I mean, being in this industry for almost 11, 12 years, one good thing is what we learned is to be patient, wait for things to happen. And I think that keeps continuing even now. So certain things are, you may not be able to, tell how it is going to come, how you're going to make it. But yes, it happens. And time is something that will answer a lot of questions. So that's about it.
I really like your reply. There's a sense of, there's a lot of wisdom behind your answer. Like, almost like you're looking at it almost like from a spiritual perspective. And so what are the biggest challenges that you faced so far in this industry?
I think the first and foremost challenge is, you are, once you are in university as a student, and when you come out of the university, you have to have a role, right? So you have to have an aim, what you're going to do, and you have to call yourself that. So my aim was to make films. So I have to call myself a filmmaker. So I would become a filmmaker only when I start making films. So back in those days, you didn't have, cameras, in your mobile to do easy shoots like how it is happening now.
Yes,
we used to borrow cameras from our friends, and there used to be this Sony. If I could remember the model name right, it's DC HCR 36E. So that was a camera through which I started learning. That is a very special camera because I took an education loan to buy a camera. So, slowly, after my college, after my university, I started making small films. What do you call back then? Short films. Now it's reels and, other things, But small content, with friends, who are around, someone who is interested to be part of being in front of the camera. So then, that's how we test, man. It's you test yourself, are you good at, do you have the skill? But mostly it will always be negative, because you watch films which is made in Hollywood as a reference, but, trying to create that back with the camera or available lights that you have is always a challenge. But then, sometimes you have to tell yourself, back then, we used to tell ourselves, okay, we have a camera and we are trying to do something, right? So
Yes.
it was always, we are using some limited resource to create an art. So
Hmm.
we should never, demean it, right?
That's true.
So, so that's how we started calling ourselves, making films consistently, slowly, moving slowly, like a snail. In the beginning it
Wow.
was like a snail. Then you get the motion, you get feedback from people. If you remember, one of my first initial short film was shot in your house. I think you
Yes,
were
yes, I remember.
there. So I
Good
still
memories.
remember
Yeah,
I was focusing only on the content, and
right.
the main protagonist was, had his leg facing the camera, and his soul was fully, the full filled with dirt, right? So that's something that I know. So I was only focused at his acting and his dialogue delivery and stuff.
Yeah,
So I uploaded it on YouTube. One of my
yeah.
cousin who lives actually in the US,
Oh.
she replied back saying, it's all good, but why did you make his feet dirty? I mean, that is I was not even expecting. But
Yeah,
then, so that's how it is, right?
yeah,
This is a feedback that you get,
yeah.
that's a straight feedback. There are a lot of people who say it's very good, wow, but the critical feedbacks is something that we have to take it in a very positive way and then mold ourselves, right?
Very good point.
Because without an audience, there is no art, right?
Hmm.
Just like how there is no art without an artist, there is no art without an audience. So we have to
Yes,
respect the audience.
yes. Oh, that's an
So
excellent point. Yes.
so slowly we started, getting feedback which would hurt our, you know, uh, you
Ego.
know,
Yeah.
uh, but and as an artist to grow, and I don't say grow, I'll just say to sustain to be an artist. Like for example, if you would have done a work, you would have done some work like 10 years ago. But are you doing it now or not? Is the
Hmm.
question. So it's not about growth. It's not about popularity. It's about are you consistently doing something. So
Yes.
who does consistently is someone who is okay to get feedback from audience, and he is able to mold his this one. So I think that is a very important quality of any artist. It should be a very important quality, not just artists, even for a cricket player, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I still remember if there was a uh, there is a story, a Sachin Tendulkar story, right? So
Hmm.
Sachin Tendulkar, was playing, and he used to get out with, a couple of, kind of deliveries, for which he was not, although he's a master in practice, right? He believes in practicing.
Yeah.
So although he could practice, but still he was not able to, get a proper answer even from a coach. So one fine day when he was in a hotel in Chennai, and
Oh,
this person who services, the room service, the what do you call a room boy, right? So
yeah.
he gently asked Sachin, could I give you a suggestion?
Mhm.
And Sachin was like perplexed. Who is this guy? He's coming and talking to me and trying to give. But Sachin being Sachin, he was ready to take a feedback from
Wow.
the and Sachin being a celebrity, he's a god of cricket, and here he's a boy. He's working for a in a five-star hotel as a room boy. Still, he didn't have ego, but to receive the feedback, he just suggested, it's because of your arm guard, right? So he got an
Oh,
guard, and
right,
because
right.
of the arm, it's not customized for his hand, but
Hmm.
it's just made. So I think you have to, it's because of your arm guard, you're not able to play that shot properly, and as
Hmm.
you're not able to play it properly, you're getting out. And that was one feedback which, Sachin, after his retirement also, he kept saying, about that one
Wow.
person, you
Wow,
know,
wow, wow.
you
That's
know,
so inspiring.
yes. So I think, I mean, someone like him, in that stature where he's, hit 100 centuries, it's not an easy task. But what the quality that we have to learn here is, how he is okay to receive a feedback,
Feedback.
right? Yes.
Ah.
So I think that is something that, made us who we are at the moment, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell by the quality of your work that you have learned so many lessons along the way. Like you said, in fact, some of the earlier challenges you faced, right, with your limited equipment, may have actually made you stronger in some ways, right? You may have found more creative ways to film something that even if you had like all the kinds of equipment and CGI and stuff that you wouldn't have. Maybe sometimes, let's face it, people are getting a little bit lazy these days with the CGI and stuff. I heard Steven Spielberg in the beginning when he filmed Jaws, right? I believe he had a very limited budget, so he had to completely rethink the way he filmed it. He instead of like showing the shark initially, he just made it. He just shot it in the perspective of the shark. Like he just made the camera move, and it became actually a sensation because we weren't able to see it. It increased our terror within us, right? And then finally, when we do see it towards the end, we're even like the buildup was so great, and like, yeah, like you said, I'm really, really happy to hear that you faced all these challenges. And anybody listening, don't let anything hold you back. Even if you just have a phone on you, and now the technology we have, even if you have just a phone on you, try to film something. If you're really passionate, you can definitely get it done. So, Bharadwaj, so you worked with some really big movie stars, like Kamal Hassan, for example. Like he's been in so many movies, like everybody loves him. So to have somebody that iconic, that really he lives and breathes acting, he's also a director, to get him to do something like to be in your like when you were filming The Big Boss, like how did it feel for you, like a fan, like obviously you're a fan of Kamal Hassan, we all are. So how was it like? How was the emotion within you?
So I mean, it is definitely a big thing, like one and to be, when you collaborate with such a big star for the first time,
Yeah.
and it is always, you can call it fluke, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just happened because you can call because you can intimidate yourself that it's just a fluke. But we did with him for almost 4 years
Wow.
consistently, and
Wow.
he was out of Big Boss right now. We have
Okay.
shot the big star Vijay Sethupathi.
Mm-hmm.
But when I talked to myself before going for any shoot. So I told myself, yes, he is a very big star, and someone who whose film we saw and we grew, right?
Yeah.
And from childhood, the films that he was acting taught us a lot of things, right? And as an audience, especially when I was 8 or 9 year old, I was not even know I don't even know that that I'll become a filmmaker. So as an
Wow.
audience, someone who we admire, respect, such popular person, right, in the
Yeah.
industry. So all these are while all these are the tensions that will revolve around you when you are going to say action and he acts.
Yeah.
So, but I told myself, yes, he is a big star, but at the end of the day, he's going to be there for 8 to 10 hours, in my shooting spot,
Yeah.
and I just see him as an actor. That's it.
That's well said.
Yeah, and I cannot give him any other image because if I start giving him image, if I start taking, redeeming my joy, that is okay, I'm shooting a big star, at that moment, while working,
Yeah.
that will actually not, make me be focused.
Ah.
So I just told he's another actor,
Yeah.
just like,
That's it.
acting, and there is another junior actor who is around him. So
Yeah.
just like him, he's I told the story to myself, so it's easy to direct him. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, I mean, once he is in front of the camera, I know he's a protagonist for the story that we are making, and you have to you should not take it to a head that if he's popular,
Yeah.
because when you start doing, it just, raises your tension and, so that's how I, downplayed the scenario and started working. And it was easy
Yeah.
for me.
Oh,
Well,
good.
for example, today when you call for an interview, it's always, difficult to get interviews, right? So sometimes we
Hmm.
speak your heart and we don't know
Yeah.
whether, we are, saying it right, wrong. But then, and you are such a popular guy in your city. So, it's very important for me, to feel comfortable, right?
Mm.
So, I'm not looking it as an interview, but I'm just feeling, I'm going to talk to my friend. That's it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it. So then it becomes easier. If I'm going
Yes.
to like think, oh, it's an interview, there's all those things jazzing up, but then it's the masala that you add, and sometimes
Exactly.
that is
Yeah.
so nobody's interested whether you shot with Kamal or not. Yes,
Yeah.
that will be exciting as a profile, but then what did you shoot? After that, this is very important. Okay, show me what did you shoot. Okay,
Ah.
if that becomes a hit, only then
Yeah.
as a director I'll be happy. It's not like, okay, I'll be happy because I shot. For a branding point of view, yes, it is good. But as a filmmaker, it is very important for me to, to make a film which also is, becomes, from my heart, it becomes popular, it becomes some not just popular, it's something that people can enjoy watching it, and the star is part of the film, right? So film
Yes.
scores more to the star who is part of it. So yeah, so I had a bigger responsibility to make a good film than, to tell myself that I'm shooting a big star. So that is the mode of operation.
That's amazing. Like at the end of the day, we are all human, right? And that's also spirituality teaches us that. So it's good that you saw Kamal Hassan as an actor, and you were more focused on the work itself, making the
That's
work as good as possible, rather than let too much hype get carried away with the hype. And then also at the end of the day, you are the director, right, of that in that area. So Hassan or whoever, whatever star Dhoni or all these people have to like listen to you. Like, I mean, of course they can offer their suggestions, but it's your vision that you're trying to do. And that's, I find like some movies, unfortunately, they actually flop because there's too much focus on the main star. And, there's, the old saying that too many cooks spoil the food or something
all.
like that. Yeah, yeah. So one person's vision is very important. Maybe, of course, you can take some suggestions, but at the end of the day, it's what you want to put out there that matters. And whether it's a hit or a flop, it has to be from your heart. And I think that's a very, very important lesson to anybody watching and wants to make their own ad films or make their own short films. Remember, it's the director's vision. The director is the most important person in that film, whatever is being done there. And AI, if you want to go there. First of all, you did mention like nowadays things are already getting a bit too easy. Like the phone cameras or the quality is getting higher and higher, and like almost anybody can just put something on TikTok or YouTube Shorts and it goes viral. Just basic stuff. Like we've never seen, like growing up, I never thought I would see something like a phone camera being this powerful. And actually, they are becoming their own stars. And now I think some YouTube stars are making their own movies because their brand name it's just exploded. Now with AI coming along, this has gone to even more simpler terms. Like basically, you just have to type some things in, and you can create an entire movie from it. Like almost like you can have extras and main actor. You can move the camera. I've dabbled in it myself a little bit, and it's honestly getting harder and harder to tell the difference between AI and live action these days. Let's be honest. Like especially elderly people, they can't really distinguish because they're from an even older generation, right? So, any thoughts on where all this is going? Like AI, is it going to be something beneficial for us? Is it going to give more people access to tell their story, even if they don't have maybe the budget or the talent, behind this camera and stuff? What are your thoughts on it? Do you have a positive perspective, or do you have more of a negative? Because I find there's a lot of negative stereotype going on about AI. I'm staying positive myself.
Uh, I mean, we did a couple of films recently, using AI. So
Wow.
which means I am also, a person who also have, I mean, as an artist, yes, you have to be, you have to, use new tools, right? So it's
Yeah.
basically a new tool.
Right.
Just like, I once, when when you're going in the street, right? There's always in India, especially if you don't know the way, you will go ask an a rickshaw guy or a tea shop guy, how do we go there, right?
Yeah.
So, just imagine, this tea guy is, he has this habit of helping people, telling the directions. Okay, go take left, right, you'll reach this point. And he keeps repeating it because, when you go to a tea shop, which is close to, say, for example, a park, you want to go to the park, most of them do not know the way to the park. They will end up asking the tea guy,
Yeah.
right? So that tea guy keeps saying this, the way to the park, for almost 20, 25 years, however the shop, is.
Yeah.
One fine day, he feels nobody's asking him
Oh.
because there's a new technology, right?
Google
People got
Maps.
access to, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's feeling bad. I know why the hell is nobody's asking me. And he's feeling sad because he was telling the way for so many people, right?
Right.
But then, here comes, a person who is, kind of unhappy because nobody comes to him. At the same time, there are so many people who get access to the park so comfortably, they don't have to get confused, how do we go to the park? So it's a win-win kind of situation for the person, At the same time, a tea shop guy, he has to find new ways to, help people, interact with people.
And get business also. I'm sure it affects his
Yeah.
business. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to, yeah. So the same technology he can use to how do we attract people, right? So it's the tool that is there, it's always been there,
Yeah.
from rubbing stones to matchstick, from matchstick to lighter, the technology keeps improving. When we cannot say, I'll be using stones to, fire my gas or fire my, this one. So that is not how it works, right? So there are people who have worked so hard to develop the software, train a machine to so on. So it's not something that so easily we can negate. At the same time, yes, it is affecting artists, so many people, including me. Yes, for everyone it affects, but we should have the same spirit, of unlearning and relearning certain things, right? So, as an artist, we all should come together and, figure out a way, how to approach this new technology, right? And, if there is no technology, there would have been no book.
True.
If there was no technology from the book, there would not be a stage show, right?
Yes.
There is no technology from stage show to a cinema. There wouldn't have reached cinema, and cinema from a bigger screen to a smaller, iPhone and smaller screen television, and it wouldn't have reached without technology. So I mean, all these years we were always, cinema is also a technology, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we should. I mean, a person who's been acting, going to different places in a country, and he's acting and playing the same role again and again as a stage artist. One fine day there is camera, and he's been recorded, and he's not going to different cities, but his recorded footage is going to different cities as cinema. This guy is disappointed. Oh, what the hell? I'm not able to go act. I'm losing money. But he should understand, he should, when he sits calm and he understands, he was playing the same character in different stages, right?
Yes.
Now he has an opportunity to switch characters, right? He can play a new character, a new idea. So that's how, it develops, right? There's so many times we have seen the Shakespeare play, keep going on and on and on and on and all.
Yeah.
So, so the same person who played, the central character, would have played till this for 20, 25 years. But
Yeah.
cinema gives an opportunity to, play different characters for different films. So, you should start looking at like that. So
That's a
we
good
all,
point.
I mean, when I was in my college, I used to crib, oh, I don't have a camera. I just have this one, I need it. I don't have technology. But, the people who are in a different university, kind of slightly elite class, had everything, every access, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when the access comes to you, then you have a different narrative. Oh,
True.
what is this? You know?
That's
So I think we have to ourselves, we need to create a balance,
yes.
how to,
Balance.
yeah.
That's
So
the key word
at
there.
the same time,
Yeah.
all these things would come and go, but audience remains the same, right?
That is true.
To whom are we doing all these things? To audience, right? They are here to, are they accepting or not is very important. Then
Yeah.
us accepting. If an audience says, yeah, what is this? This is not nice. I would like to see only, my favorite hero as a human. I don't
Yeah.
want to see as a 2D character or a 3D character or an
Yeah.
AI character of this one. I don't want to. I'm not attached to it. I find it, very weird. Then if an audience do not accept it, I think the technology will fail, we'll come back to where we were. So I think we have to give it some more time. This technology is still it's a baby technology.
It's in
So
infancy.
I think
Yeah.
we have to,
Yeah.
yes, we have to
Yes.
give it some time to grow. Maybe it works, it may not work, but, still, there is something called prompting, right? You still
Right.
need to prompt to,
Yeah.
reach a point to, so I think still it's under an artist control,
Yeah.
what he creates is very important. But yes, nowadays there is so much of, it's given to everyone, right?
Yeah.
So an audience who is also trying to be an influencer, trying to create content. So who is a real artist is the question. But
Yeah.
To me, all of us, a stage, and everyone is, as an artist, right? So we all come back to that, right? So, maybe I'm a great entertainer, but for someone who is, has two kids, and for the two kids, his father is the greatest entertainer, right? Or mother is a great.
Perspective is
Yes,
very
I
important.
I can take my film into their screen, but still,
Yeah.
with whom they will connect better is their father or
father, parents, mother
yeah.
or father. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, yes, they are also entertaining. They are also artists. They are also entertaining the kids, right? So yeah. So coming back to the question, yes, AI is a baby technology. I think we have to give it some time,
Yeah.
and we should also be open for unlearning and relearning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I really like your response, and I really love your positive attitude towards AI compared to with a lot of other YouTubers and reviewers out there. Yeah,
I may
yeah.
be mocked also for my answer, but I don't
Oh,
know.
no, I think it's a good one because also everything will still exist. When first the phone was first invented, everybody thought, oh, there's not going to be any more mail, right? Nobody's going to mail, but still it exists. There's still stage shows. I mean, there's movies and stage shows. So it's only adding. I don't think it's AI subtracting. I don't think AI is going to ever replace like movie theaters or like
Yeah, I
actual movies
mean,
ever.
those days, I mean,
Yeah.
a tailor used to sit and
Yeah.
amend the t-shirt. But
Yeah.
right now, there are a lot of machines. But still, there is something called right now. There's something called handmade shirts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's still selling.
That is
Yeah.
becoming more costlier than the machine-made
Right.
shirt. So I think the value for making handcrafted films, like so-called,
Yes.
like whatever, will have a better popularity. People will get paid better because this technology of using cameras and recording people will come back even more stronger, in few years because people
think so.
may get bored of this AI technology and all,
Yeah.
right? And yeah. So what is AI doing is just trying to steal, or can call it steal, or you can call it borrowing, or it is trying to, put things in, which is being shot for last 80, 90 years in cinema, right? Through,
Right.
It's a database. It is trying to, uh, you know, uh, uh, it's trying to recreate, and it's all out there shot in a different way, and it's just trying to make it, yeah, changing the looks and putting things on differently. But yes, as an audience, people may get bored, and they would also wanted to see the classic films which is shot previously, and all those things will come back. And when it comes back, it will be stronger, right? So, I think we have to, give it some time, so that, this is a phase of, the time where, we need to give it some more time to understand it better.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bharadwaj. Ad filmmaker, as an ad filmmaker, you really continue to inspire me and so many millions of people out there with your very creative approach to ads. And unfortunately, we're just running a bit out of time. And I know you're also in the middle of an ad filming right now. So we would love to have you back on the show whenever, we'll schedule something. But for now, any closing thoughts that you want to let our viewers know?
Yeah, it was really, I was really happy to, we used to talk as friends, but now,
that's why I wanted
this
to
is getting
so bad.
a bit formal, but yeah.
Yeah, I love it. You have to record it, whatever we do. Sometimes you have to record, right? Because so many thoughts go in my head, and unfortunately we lose track of them. But something like this is like we're trying to bottle something in that's very precious, and who knows, this could inspire somebody in the future, and they'll become an ad filmmaker, and they'll be talking about this interview. So it's amazing. It's I still think we live in a great time, especially online. Technology is so easy to access for anybody. So no more excuses for people. That's the main. No more excuses for your creativity.
Start creating.
Start creating with whatever you have now. And awesome. Namaste, Bharadwaj. Thank you so much for joining, and hope to see you again. And
thank you.
Yeah, thanks also to the viewers for joining the Etiquette show. And this will also be uploaded to our other channel, the Toronto Business Journal. And we look forward to seeing you again. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thank you.